had a nice day. Today I'm going to talk about decals or decals. I'm never quite sure how I'm supposed to pronounce it. I think decals, lots of people think decals. I don't think it matters. Anyway, they are lovely little pictures that have already been printed onto rice paper that you can then add to your ceramics to create an extra design. It's a very traditional way of using it. Lots of the big factories use it to make, say, the willow pattern plate and things like that. They're all done using decals. Not many do hand painting. I like to use them to add just a little extra. My seals are covered in decals, but they've also got lots of my own work on as well, and I just think adding a little bit is very nice. Also, you can do it and cover a large area, so you could cut a big strip off, just sponge on a big strip, just to brighten up a little jug. There's lots of ways to do it. Today, I'm going to show you what they are and how I apply them. So these are some beautiful rice paper decals. As you can see, they're very, very pretty and they're very, very flimsy. They blow around in the wind, and I don't want them to get wet, which is why I keep them in water, keep them in plastic, because if they get wet, then you're in all sorts of trouble because they'll just melt. They're tissue paper and they'll just melt. So I'm going to be using some decals today. This is the company I buy my decals from. They've got so many different patterns. I'd highly recommend them, and they've always arrived quite promptly and very nicely. And they're easy to use, and they also come with instructions. I hope that makes sense. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you. Bye. Today you'll need a bowl of clean water, a clean sponge, and it's really important that it's extremely clean and you have given it a good wash, and even if it looks clean, you've double checked it. Take my word for it, you don't want that bit to go wrong. Some bisque ware and a poking tool for after. So I have my bisque ware jugs, and I have already cut out my decals, and I'm going to start to apply them to my pot. Now I've got these are sort of leftover bits, so some of them are not a whole picture. That doesn't matter. So I'm placing it on, and I'm going to gently dab and roll. Do not scrub. Just dab and roll. Like that, until you have saturated the piece, and then leave it. I'm going to stick the next one on. And the next one I'm going to go for, this shark has got no tail because it's from the edge of a paper. So I thought it would look cool if I had it sort of coming out of the edge of my seam here. So again, I'm going to dab and roll. You must not scrub, it's so important. If you scrub, it smudges, and you don't want a smudged design. So I've put my two sharks on. So one looks like it's swimming out of my seam, and one's there. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this very clearly, but there's little bits that are a bit darker here. So I need to press those areas again, because it means that there's still a little bit of ink still attached to the paper that we want to come off. So you always end up going back to it a second time just to make sure. Okay, so I'm going to let those dry. Next, I don't want another shark, I'll have some shells. So again, there's two sides to the paper. So there's one side which is sort of faint, and the other side which is dark. That's the side that's got your ink on, or your underglaze, or your oxide, whatever your decals are made of. So you want the darker side of the paper to be down. And again, get your wet sponge, wring it out, press and roll. Do not scrub, press and roll, like that. Okay, I'll put another one on. A little fish. I'll put that one on. Press and roll. And again, go back to the one you've done. Just have a little check that you've got it covered. Okay. And then I want something on my handle. So what shall I put on my handle? A whale's fin fit? That's not going to fit, but it could be nice inside the handle. Yeah, I'm going to go for that on the inside. That's going to be trickier to add. But hey, we are nothing if we don't try, are we? And again, press and roll. Do not scrub. Press and roll. And something for the handle. A dolphin? Yeah, a dolphin. So I'm going to put my dolphin on here. Check it lines up. It does. Press and roll. Again, go back to the one you just did. And give that another press and roll. So I'm probably going to stick a few more on this, but for the minute I'm happy. Now I'm going to go back to the first ones I did, and with my needle I'm just going to push at the edge and slowly peel it off. You see there's hardly any ink left behind. You must make sure they've dried out before you start peeling them off. Oh, lovely. My nice sharky jug. Now I'm gonna, I must stop saying gonna. I am going to go over that fish again. That shell looks fine. I can't really get to the cracks in this one, but that is because I'm sticking it in a weird place. So, you know, hey ho. A bit more on my dolphin. I think those shells can come off. Nice. Take it off the fish. Oh, that one wasn't quite dry enough, so I've got a little bit of puckering, but actually that looks kind of nice. And I'm going to leave those two to dry a little bit more. I'm going to do the next cup. Jug. So now I've got my two lovely jugs with their added bits. Now I'm going to put a transparent glaze over them, and then I think I'm going to dip the rims in a little bit of a blue glaze that will just dribble down a bit. But I think with the marbling that's already in the clay, I think the decals are going to work beautifully. So I'm going to go and do that and then turn the kiln on.